Howdy, Spyro here. So you got you a big fancy GPU and you want to install it or you're wanting to upgrade it. Well, I am going to show you how to do that. Let's jump in. First off, what you need to do is on your computer, lay your case down on something that's not something that's not staticky, right? This here is carpet, so we're not going to put it down on carpet. What I got an old rug that the back of it is rubber, which is perfect. So I got the rubber facing up and the computer laying on my rubber rug, hardwood floor work, just any kind of material that is not going to build up static. So no rugs, no carpet or anything like that. Hardwood floor, wooden table, rubber mat, anything like that. Take your side screws out, which I already did for this video. There's my screw. Take your side panel off. Now, first off, what you need to do is look inside your computer. See if I can get the camera over closer. Tilt the video down some more. And I'm going to turn it around like so. And move it up here like so. Okay. This is going to be hard for me to work on, but well, it's for the sake of the video. All right. First off, what you need to do, if you didn't buy a graphics card already and you want to make sure your computer, you can get a graphics card, is you want to look at your slots. You have your expansion slots. This is a PCIe 1. This is a PCIe 1. This is a PCIe X16 slot. Now, this is the slot your GPU will use. Some motherboards will have several different slots and several PCIe X16 slots. Now, motherboards prioritize the top slot first. In most cases, if you insert a GPU in any of the other slots besides the top slot, it won't work. Or it'll run at a slower speed. So you want to always use a GPU in the topmost slot. The topmost PCIe 16 slot. This board here has the one at the top, so that's perfect. Now, I've already ordered my graphics card. This here is a RTX 2060 Super by MSI. But most graphics cards, they're all going to be the same. Some cards are single slot, some cards are dual slot. How you'll know what it is by looking at the card and seeing that one slot, two slots. This card here is going to take up 2 slots. You also got to make sure your case has got room in it for slots. And how you do that is look inside the case and see how many slots this here has. This computer can take 4. So this card here is going, the graphics card is going to plug in this slot. It's going to overhang on this slot here, so nothing can be plugged into this one. Then the bottom slot is going to be also available. So I would need to take out this here, the top one, because my GPU is going to go into that slot. So I got to take this screw here out, remove that. If you're not sure on how to remove these, because all cases are different, because some of them is on the outside, some of them is on the inside, like mine. Mine's a thumb screw. Refer to your manual. Go to your case manual. You can find them online by Googling the case make and model, or you have a manual that comes with your case to refer on how to remove these, or refer to YouTube for your specific case, because I cannot show them all because there's just way too many. These screws can be very tight, and what you will need to remove them, for me, it's a Phillips head, which is the one that looks like a cross, the plus style, and they can be very tight. Yes, they're a thumb screw, but mine has a Phillips head in the middle. Got my brackets removed. Now, for the GPU, for this one, at least, it has a latch. This one's a push style. You can push it in, stays, pull it out, the lock. A lot of people doesn't know about these latches. I always push them in, just like that. That opens the slot up, so you can insert the GPU. And as you push it closed, the latch will close itself. Some of them is a push down style. The push down style, you do not have to touch. This one here, you do. You have to open it up. But if you got the push down style, it'll just come straight out, and it'll have like a lever that you push down. Now the GPU, the fans for this motherboard, the fans always point down away from your CPU cooler. So you want to stick your GPU in. Make sure your graphics card slot is lined up. Line it up, line it up. And, oh, I forgot something. I had a riser on mine, so I had to, okay, take two. That was for another demonstration that I done for something completely different. For a totally different case, totally different. But anyway, line your slot up, and even pressure. Push down. You should hear it kind of click in. And if you also look, kind of hard to see. Probably have to get me a flashlight or something and show. But if you look, you should not be able to see any pins. You should not see any of the copper pins, which this is kind of a mock-up a riser. It's called a riser. But there's your pins on your GPU. You should not be able to see any of those pins on your slot. If not, then you probably either A, don't have it inserted right or not far enough. And also how you can also tell is the little bracket back here in the back where it loops around. It should be sitting flush against your mount here. Then you just take your screws and mount your GPU down with either the screws come with, thumb screws, etc. But for this demonstration, I'm not going to, because this GPU does not go with this case. Now, also, this GPU has a power connector on it. This is an 8-pin. Some of them has dual 8 pins, some of them has 12, some has a 4-pin, some of them has a 6-pin. You want to make sure your power supply has a cable for your GPU. This one here, let's see, does have an 8-pin. There's what your 8-pin looks like. I'm gonna have to straighten this computer up after I'm done. This computer here is just a demonstration computer, so it ain't going to matter because it's going to be taken apart 50 million times. But as you can see, this is an 8-pin. It has your little latch for plugging your GPU in. You want to look at the connector and see which direction it goes. This one here has a little notch at the top of your GPU, as you can see right here. So that means the cable latch itself, it goes in this way. And what you want to do, you want to plug the power connector in to that slot, which can't quite get it in. It's kind of tricky to get in. But anyway, it will plug in. And make sure it'll plug in all the way. Now, there's some connectors is for different purposes. Some of them is not for a GPU. Some of them is for a CPU. So you have to make sure which one you have. Some of them will actually say if it don't plug in and you have more than one, try the other one. One of them is bound to work because the connectors are slotted and grooved to prevent from accidental damage, the accidental plugging in of the wrong cable to that port. Well, hopefully, I should show also how to remove the GPU. Now, this one here has, like I said, that lock that goes on the back that locks the GPU down so the GPU can't be accidentally removed when the computer's moved around or anything like that. This one here, you won't be able to remove the GPU. So what you need either a screwdriver or one of these metal plates or something stiff and sturdy to reach in and push down on that lever. Some of them, like I said, they push down. This one here pushes in. So what I got to do, I got to push this one in. And some of them, like I said, you have to push down. So you got to find it and kind of maneuver in. Find a screwdriver to push it down so that the GPU will lift up. But like I said, it's in there pretty good. So, but you push on that lever. Got to kind of there. GPU, lift right out. No problem. And that's how you remove, how to install GPU and how to uninstall GPU. Hopefully this helped. Your cable, I forgot to also show the cable. Your power cable has got that little button on it. You press on the back side of that button. Where that one cable at? It's right here. If you look, back side, it's like an alligator clamp. You push on it and you see how it spreads out. You basically push on that till it's flush up against the connector. And you should be able to just pull the connector straight out. Well, hopefully this video helped. If you got any questions, ask in the server. Have a good one.